What's up guys, Kyle here again, and today we're going to check out the Friedman Runt 50 and see if this thing can do metal. Spoiler alert, yes it can. Alright guys, so what you just heard was the amp with the TS9 in front of it. There's an onboard boost on this amp. It is not engaged. And we have the gain at about 3 o'clock, just above 3 o'clock. Obviously, I've got some Fishman modern ceramics in here. Those are a hot pickup. So that does play into the amount of gain that you're going to get out of this amp when you go straight in. But even so, I mean, this amp has an onboard boost that you can kick on, and when you kick that on, it's got quite a bit more saturation. So we still have a ways to go on this thing, and you just heard that riff that I played. That was plenty saturated. I can't really see needing too much more saturation than that for thrash metal and stuff like that. If you wanted to do some more modern type tunes, you would need more saturation, but again, you kick that boost on, you can turn that gain back to about probably noon or a little bit higher, and you're where you would be with it at 3 o'clock here. So you've still got quite a bit of range on that gain knob to go. This amp definitely is like a modded Marshall type deal. We're gonna kick everything back to noon. Kick the boost off and let you hear how it sounds in its most natural state. I'm in E flat, normally I'm in like E standard, so I'm a little lower tuned than I normally would be. As you can hear, that's just a good classic rock tone all day, and that's everything at noon, literally. Sounds great like that. Dial in some mids and bass and a little bit of gain. Again, no boosts on, the amp is dead quiet. That sounds great. Again, this isn't a metal tone, this is more your classic rock, which is, you know, the amp's kind of aimed at your 70s, 80s classic rock hair metal type guy. I would assume a lot of the Friedman stuff is. So yeah, plenty of gain on tap, just like that. Obviously, still got a little bit of a hotter pickup. Let's go all the way with the gain. Still, onboard boost is. I mean, we're almost in thrash territory right now. A little too flubby for me, but all it would take is a boost to tighten it up. There's almost enough saturation. Let's kick on the KHDK. Pull the gain back. So again, it's a decent amount of saturation. Let's bump the gain up a little bit, bass back, a little bit more treble. That's no onboard boost on, so we're going to kick that boost on, pull the gain back. That also seems to tighten the amp up a little bit and compress it a little. I mean, not much of a surprise. It's a boost. I don't think it's tube related. I'm pretty sure that there's some diode clipping going on. So yeah, now we're on, we've got the onboard boost turned on. The gain's at about 6 out of 10 or about 1 o'clock on the dial. A little bit more bass, a little bit more gain. And that sounds great. That's a great thrash tone right there. Plenty of saturation. It's a little on the thin side for me, so I think I'm going to dial the gain up on the amp a little bit more because that seems to fill this thing out a little. And we'll actually dial the volume back on the KHDK. Wow, that sounds awesome. Again, still plenty of room to go on the gain knob. Sounds plenty mean. Lots of string or note separation, articulation. This is my favorite Friedman. I've owned the Butter Slacks. I've owned the JJ100. I have a BE50 Deluxe. And this is the cheapest of all the big tube Friedmans. And it's my favorite. It's the most raw. It's the least compressed. It sounds the most like you would think a Marshall would sound, I guess. And, you know, I'm kind of, I like 800s a lot. They need help to get to the metal area. So does this thing. I mean, I probably wouldn't play it without a boost in front, to be honest. Let's kick the boost off. Okay, so now we have the onboard boost on, but no boost pedal. It's not bad. I just like a little bit tighter low end response. It's a little bit, it's not necessarily loose. It's just a little woofy and a little soft feel. Still, sounds great. Again, would not be my choice to run it without a boost, but you can definitely do what you need to do if you're going for like a thrash metal type sound with no boost. There's a lot of onboard gain. I mean, the pickups help. So I'm actually going to switch to a guitar that has lower output pickups, and we'll see how that fares with this amp. All right, guys, so I have a Gibson Les Paul Traditional. This is a 2016, and it's got a wolf tone Marshall head pickup in the bridge, which is kind of like a hot PAF, but when I say hot PAF, it's like half of what a JB would be. It really doesn't have that much output at all in comparison to a lot of other pickups, especially the Fishmans that I just put down. Kick a boost on. We'll kick that same KHDK. So that's with the gain at about 6 out of 10 or 1 o'clock. Here we're at about 3 o'clock. And you can still hear it's got plenty of saturation going on. There is no lack of saturation for a good thrash metal tone. I don't love the low end. The TS9 tightens the lows a little bit more. The Bogner cab sounds great with a lot of amps. With this Friedman, I'm not necessarily loving it, so I don't know how well the mic's gonna pick up the wolfiness, but we'll see. Anyways, so yeah. That sounds awesome. All right, so we're in drop D now. Sounds plenty saturated to me. It sounds really... Do something like... Kick the MXR. Yeah, so this thing definitely has plenty of gain with a nice boost out front. These are lower output pickups. It's still, you know, accomplishing the higher gain tones. No problem with the low output pickup. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you, a lot of people ask about the Friedman Runt 50, whether it can get into metal territory and sound mean. Absolutely. Do I think it requires the help of a pedal? I think so, yes. I think it needs it in order to tighten it up. And to add a little bit of saturation. Can you achieve it without it? Sure. I just think it sounds better with a boost, but then again, you know, I'm a just boosted type of dude. I like to boost everything. So I'll play 1 or 2 more riffs, and then we'll get out of here. Alright guys, thank you very much for checking this out. I hope you found the video helpful. Not a lot of super high gain demos of this amp out there. Please like and subscribe if you like content like this. I will have more amp demos coming up here in the future. And again, Kyle here. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.